Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today we're going to be reviewing the most profitable Bitcoin miner that you can still buy right now. This thing is a beast. It's loud. I'm about to show you how loud it is. But if you want to mine Bitcoin with the latest generation of miners, this is one of the best options out there. We're going to be talking about the Canaan Avalonminer 1246. It's a direct competitor to Bitmain and their Antminers, as well as the Whatsminers, which still is like one of the worst names ever. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna run all the specs, why this thing's a great buy, depending on your electric rate, how we're making more money than the mining profitability calculators say we are, and just, wow, is this thing loud? And it makes it serious. That's it, right there, right behind me. So keep in mind, this is not the miner that you wanna put in your bedroom. I can hear this thing probably almost anywhere in my house. And for reference, it's 3-story, basement, mid-level, upper level, and it's 3,000 square feet. So it's not like a mansion, but it's not a small house by any means. But this thing is screaming. Let's go ahead, run the intro. Obviously, 10 seconds of tails, the best Shiba in the world. And it's been snowing here, so it's fun. She loves snow. Here's a quick message from our month's video sponsor, Compass, who are aiming to become the best marketplace for the purchase of Bitcoin mining ASICs and the best place to find cheap power prices at verified mining co-location facilities around the world. Mine with Compass with our link in the video description below. Let's run the specs. Let's run the numbers. Okay, so this is again a Canaan. Canaan. This is their official website. Use our links below. We don't make money if you go to their site and order stuff. It's just because there are so many fake scam sites out there and you could lose so much money. Unfortunately, so many people have lost so much money because scams in crypto are just rampant. Again, we're dealing with the A1246. Canaan has been making Avalon miners for years. Many years. They are very popular, they are very well used, and they are a go-to miner for mining farms. They had the previous generation, the A11, which we did not review on the channel. They had the A10, which we did review on the channel, and then they had older Avalon miners that are, not as relevant just due to the increase in Bitcoin mining hash rate, making it more difficult. So you need better, newer, more efficient hardware to basically mine profitably. Again, the specs. The Avalonminer 1246 has a hash rate of 90 terahash a second and a power consumption of 3,420 watts. Okay, and we'll talk about the modes later, but in basically both modes, it consumes on our meter 14 to 15 amps, which basically lines up with that power consumption. This is a power hungry miner. Please do understand that. Okay, so we're using our favorite Bitcoin mining profit calculator. We've talked about it before. It's the most realistic. It has the most adjustments. You click this little cog up here and you can put in any miner you want. You can change all kinds of things like the block reward to look at the next halving, which is pretty far away, so I wouldn't worry about it right now. You can change the exchange rate. So right now we're dealing with the 34K Bitcoin, but let's say it goes up back to 42. And actually, before I do that, let's look at the current numbers, then I'll click it. Okay, so we are beating this mining profitability that is being projected. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to show you how and why we are beating the mining profitability projected. And this is the most accurate calculator. So that's good. And consistently, we beat mining profit calculators, even the best ones, which is a good thing from a crypto miner point of view. But you're like, this Bitcoin price is good, but I definitely believe it's going to go back up there and really hopefully higher, right? So you can run that number. If that's the case, then you're going to be looking at $14 a day after you pay your electric bill, but that's based off a residential like electric rate of 10 cents, which again, easy to edit here. You take the average Bitcoin mining farm electric rate and put that in, and at that price, we're looking at $18 a day and only $4 a day in electricity consumption. You compare this with, say, ASIC miner value, and it's pretty much in line. I've noticed that their site traditionally, it estimates higher, which some people end up disappointed, but whatever. Let's look at the Bitcoin difficulty chart, okay? Because basically the more difficult Bitcoin is to mine, the less Bitcoin that you mine, which means you have less profitability. Bitcoin has recently hit an all-time high in difficulty. Okay, that means that more people, more powerful hardware, more everything is being directed at Bitcoin than ever before. If you look at Bitcoin hash rates, it's pretty easy to get pretty bullish. For example, the previous bull run, we are up 20x in mining difficulty, and half the amount of Bitcoins are mined daily as compared to then. So if that doesn't make you a little bullish and excited just on the scarcity of basically Bitcoins being produced every day, I don't know what else will. So let's go ahead and jump into the miner. You need to go to your router, log in, scan your IPs. Basically, you need to find the IP address associated with it to log in. Once you do that, you will be brought to this screen. Default password, root, or login, root, and then password, root. Once you do that, you will be met with this screen. In my experience, Canaan Avalonminers, especially this generation, they do not like heat. So the cooler you can keep it, generally you get a little bit better performance there. If it gets too hot, it'll reboot. So again, just something to keep in mind. I was actually doing some temperature testing earlier, and when I was running it in a 90-degree environment, the hash rate did decrease. So again, keep this thing cool. And if you've never dealt with miners, you'll start to see how much heat they can make. So I basically just turned off my exhaust system in my garage mining farm, and it just heats up, and then I can do just basic level of testing there. So again, you log in, here's your dashboard. I really like their dashboard. It's nice, I enjoy it. It just gives you the information that you want. You click over on configuration. You can put your pool that you want to mine to. For example, I'll just put these below. Like if you want to, we don't work with F2 Pool. They sponsored a couple videos way back when, but I'll show you why I like using their mining pool, especially for review videos. This is the default setup. Then you, with mining Bitcoin on F2 Pool, you do have to make an account. You put your username in, .worker name, password. I'm pretty sure it can just be anything. I have 1, 2, 3. Work modes. Okay, we tested both. Basically, high performance is going to give you a better hash rate at pretty much the same power consumption. I didn't do down to the watts anything. Basically, normal was going between 14 and 15 amps consumed, and high performance consumed consistently 15 amps on our meter. Again, this isn't super precise, but this was getting a better hash rate, and it was more stable. So absolutely recommend high performance. How much is this thing earning? So that's the big thing, and this is one thing I really like about F2 Pool is when I use this for reviews, it logs the difficulty. Okay, so say in November of 2020, the network mining difficulty for Bitcoin was 17.60 so right now it's 20.82. This adjusts every 2 weeks, and it is on track to just keep going up and up, my friends. As you can see, our average hash rate per day is going to be about 91 terahash in the high performance mode. There are a lot of variables at play here, including my network connection, the fact that my garage generally runs hot, and I do different testing and things like that. So we would take basically the best recent case scenario, which some people may like, some people may not, whatever. This Bitcoin converted to a USD value is $20.44, and that is based off a 33K Bitcoin, which is lower than the example we used earlier in the mining profitability projection. Kind of like best case Bitcoin mined in the recent testing, but then compared to basically a pretty lackluster Bitcoin price in the recent market moves. So to put the simple question out here that's always asked is, should you buy this miner? And I'm going to answer that from a residential point of view, and also a industrial mining farm point of view. And I'm going to show you how you can actually buy this miner, because that's a big part of this video. This is the best Bitcoin miner that you can actually buy right now. Residential point of view, keep in mind this thing is incredibly loud. This is a good miner. it's good. You have to make sure it doesn't get insanely hot, but that's relatively easy to do. This is a good miner in this market from a residential mining point of view, but again, I can hear this thing almost anywhere in my house. This is a mining farm or a mining rig built for industrial mining farms. That's why Avalon miners were so, typically seen just in mining farms. This is a big company. They deal with big clients. I'm talking, most orders are in the millions. So yeah, obviously if it works residential, if it's good for that, it's also going to be good for industrial mining farms. So this thing, depending on the price you get it for, is absolutely worth it, and what you think the future of Bitcoin price will be, because keep in mind, more and more people will continue to try to mine Bitcoin. But if the price doubles, well, then mining profitability will roughly double. It's a big network. It's a very stable, consistent. Like, more and more miners coming online aren't a massive impact like it is on smaller altcoins. Coins with little networks, lower participation, a new big miner or a big batch of miners could just wreak havoc on that network. But Bitcoin is huge. It's secured by probably $1 billion worth of mining hardware. Trust me, we've walked through some of these places, and it looks cool on video, blow your mind in person. Let's talk about where you can even get these. So I showed you the site, and I invite you to reach out to them directly. Okay, we got our miner directly from Canaan, so it is possible. Last time I checked, the supply is scarce. Everybody wants these. So use the link below, contact them. You can also email them. They want to increase their presence with retail miners, residential miners, smaller mining farms. Tell them, and it's like just they want to push into the Western sphere, like largely like how like Bitmain and Antminer has a bigger presence. Tell them you saw the review on the channel. I mean, I don't get anything, but it helps our connection with them. And to be honest, it's really cool when you can support us with producers like this that just help us cement ourselves as a go-to source here in the crypto mining industry. And again, we've always aimed to be the biggest and best crypto mining channel, best crypto channel we can be. And this is a part of that journey. Also, we've talked about Coin Mining Central before. They did not help us source this miner, but they do have them in batch, and they will be shipping out in, this is a March batch. This is the associated price. And as far as Bitcoin miners go right now, this is a pretty reasonable price because they are going for a lot and they are selling out quick. So I'll have this linked out. Use the code VoskCoin, get 3% off. And you're probably thinking, oh, Vosk, you're showing stuff, trying to make more money, referrals, this and that. I don't make referral revenue with them. Period. Okay, so they help me source miners, and I appreciate that connection. Period. And another thing I want to quickly talk about is we get this question so much: the Bitmain Antminer S9. Dude, let this thing die. It's not profitable. Bitcoin has skyrocketed, and then right now, based off this mining profitability calculator, which is normally best case scenario, and this is with a 10 cent per kilowatt hour electric rate injected, is that you'll lose 5 cents a day. So if people have these already set up in mining farms, they're still running them because why not? They make more money than they burn with a better electric rate. But you really think it's worth it to go on eBay and buy this thing for $350? I'm gonna go sell mine on eBay for probably like $300, $500 to someone who just wants to mess around with it. And if you're doing this from a learning point of view, go ahead. But if you think you're gonna get rich with a Bitmain Antminer S9, you're about 4 years too late, buddy. If you want profitable miners long term, you need the latest gen. You need things like the 1246. You need the new Whatsminer. You need the new Antminers. And there's new generations right around the corner. Always exciting, evolving, crazy space. And the only way you can keep up with this, there's only one way. You got to subscribe to the VoskCoin YouTube channel. Leave a comment, hit the thumbs up, and let me know your thoughts on this miner. Let me know your thoughts on Bitcoin mining, what miners you have, what miners you are buying right now, you have on order, you want to get or you don't want to get, and why. Let's drum up that conversation and try to drown out all these freaking spam and scam comments. And please, I'm not replying, telling you to contact Jeff on WhatsApp and to reach me at a random Gmail email. We have official VoskCoin emails. I don't tell anyone to contact me on Gmails. We haven't used the Gmail email. That's a thing in years. So stay profitable, my friends, and stay safe. I'll see you in the next video.